When the trumpet of the Lord shall sound, and time shall be no more, and the morning breaks eternal, bright and fair, when the saved of earth shall gather over on the other shore, and the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, 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 I'll be there. You can look for me, for I'll be there. Reminds me of a chorus that we'd sing. I'll sing the rest of that song after I tell the story. I think I'll cut through this alley to save some time. So thought James M. Black as he headed toward the Williamsport, Pennsylvania post office. He had never used the alley before, and so was not aware of the poverty and misery it contained. Neither was he aware of the effect that this spur-of-the-moment decision he was making would have upon his own life and that of others. I want to mention, for the sake of folks who are from the area where I live, that nearby Ithaca, there is a town there that is hardly known as a town. It's so small. Near Ithaca College is a little town called South Hill. If you go from Ithaca up to Ithaca College, you've passed through South Hill. And that's where James Black was born. As he walked through the alley in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, he saw a young girl sweeping the porch of a ramshackled house. She was dressed oh so poorly, and in her young face were already the traces of worry and neglect. "Young lady," asked Jim Black, "do you go to Sunday school?" "No, sir, I'd like to, but I don't have anything fit to wear. But, sir, how I'd love to go," was the reply. Soon Jim's wife and some friends had delivered clothing and all the things that would be needed to make a young girl happy and feel wanted and fit for church. Thus began a faithful attendance record for both the Sunday School and the Epworth League. Bessie didn't miss a meeting. Each time there was a roll call, she was there to respond, until one day, when her name was called, there was no reply. Again, James Black repeated her name, and still no reply. Troubled thoughts went through his mind. Maybe her drunken father had forbidden her to come, or perhaps he had taken to beating her again. After church, Black hurriedly made his way to Bessie's house, and for a feeling that was not well for all, Black hurriedly made his way to Bessie's house, for he had a feeling that all was not well. When he arrived, he found a very sick girl. Realizing that it was serious, he summoned his own doctor, who diagnosed it as a case of advanced pneumonia. In walking back to his house, Black had not yet been able to throw off the feeling that had come over him when Bessie had failed to respond to the roll call that morning. The thought kept coming back to him. Someday there will be a roll call in heaven, and oh, the sadness there will be for those whose names are not written in the Lamb's book of life. That morning he had tried to find a suitable song to sing which he could use to impress this truth upon the hearts of his young people, but could not find any. This was a great disappointment to him. Black, who was also a song leader of exceptional ability, closed the meeting feeling that a great opportunity had passed, and in his heart a voice said, "Why don't you write one?" He was to say later, "I put away the thought, but as I was opening the gate and walked up the path to my house, the same thought came again so strongly that tears filled my eyes. I went into the house and sat down at the piano, without any effort at all. The words seemed to tumble from my mind. When the trumpet of the Lord shall sound, and time shall be no more, and the morning breaks eternal, bright and fair, when the saved of earth shall gather over on the other shore, and the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there." After the complete set of words had come, the tune then came in the same manner. I felt that I was only the transcriber. I dared not change a note or word. In a few days I more fully understood why, for our beloved Bessie went home to heaven to await that glorious day. This song was first published publicly at her funeral, and before singing it, I related the circumstances which led to its writing. Never will I forget the effect it had upon the large audience of friends who had come. The Lord had taken little Bessie home, but in her place He had given a song to keep reminding all of us to be ready for that great roll call day. When The Roll is Called Up Yonder was first published in an Epworth League songbook in 1892, it perhaps would have gone unnoticed, unpublished, and unknown, but for the fact that Mr. Black wrote his manuscript in green ink, which attracted the attention of Mr. Charles Gabriel, who was editing the book. He later said the composer's name was not familiar to me, but the green ink had made the song stand out. It was a new thought. I played it over, liked it, and published it. The rest is history. Alfred B. Smith. I have a copy of that songbook. I wish I would have got it ready for this video and shown you the old songbook that I have. But, Lord willing, I hope to one day go down to Williamsport, Pennsylvania, which is about 100 miles from me. The old Methodist church, as far as I know, is still there, where he had his Sunday school class. And looking up records online, census records, city directories, I found the address to the home where he lived. It would be neat to see that place and recognize that where the area of the sidewalk that goes up to his home from the street sidewalk is where the inspiration came of the song that I'll sing the rest of now. On that bright and cloudless morning when the dead in Christ shall rise, and the glory of His resurrection share, when His chosen ones shall gather to their home beyond the skies, and the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, 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 I'll be there. Let us labor for the Master from the dawn till setting sun. Let us talk of all His wondrous love and care. Then when all of life is over and our work on earth is done, and the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, 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 I'll be there.